this is Christina again for Releasing for a Better Life. I want to talk again quickly about what this program is about. It's an incredible program. It's something that I put together from multiple different avenues that I was pursuing with trying to find a way to de-stress my life and bring about better things and have just a greater emotional journey. And in a way, at the time I was working really heavily with the law of attraction, so it stemmed from that, but also I was trying to find a way to find peace in my life. So I created this. It is mine. So let me tell you how it works, because it really is fantastic, and it really does take care of so many things going on and help you pursue those things you want to pursue. So the first thing I do is I try to every day, but I definitely do with everything that comes up, whether it's good or bad. I go out into kind of a meditation. It doesn't take me very long, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever I feel I need to. Sometimes I sit, sometimes I stand. A lot of times I like to, if I can, stand barefoot outside, so I'm kind of grounded to the earth. And I just imagine all the things I'm going through, good, bad, happy, sad, whatever it is, and I put them into this bubble. I imagine that they're just flowing into this bubble, and in this bubble for me, it's birds. I have these beautiful white birds, and for me, that's an image that works well. So I put everything into this, and everything good and bad attaches into these birds, and then I imagine releasing those birds. After they have held on to everything, I release them. And I imagine seeing them fly up to God. And for me, it's God. For other people, it could be something else, but it's always for me, God, because it's how I grew up. And I imagine God taking these birds and taking off all those things, the good and the bad, all the sources that they come from, and then adding an aura and a sense of cleansing, a sense of process, how to resolve things, how to make things better. There's answers, there's calmness, whatever you need to have happen, that's what happens. And all those issues, good and bad, are taken away. Some of them are cleaned up and put back with the birds. Some of them, are just left there because they're not meant to come to God, surprisingly. And then I imagine after everything's happened with these birds, it just, they become these clear, beautiful birds of energy, and they fly back down. And they fly back down to me, and they come back into my life. Sometimes they go into my body, and I imagine a beautiful, clear, calming light coming out. Other times they just go behind me and kind of wrap me in this love that I need at the time. And other times they go out, and they're going out to start delivering these messages. Sometimes I use this to reach other people that I'm trying to connect with. Other times like if I sense someone's having problems, or I've had problems with them and I want to talk to them in a way, but I know I can't converse with them, I'll send those birds to deliver those messages. Now the birds come back with, often I get messages. Sometimes I'll just, like one time I was really trying to figure out how to live intentionally, and I was drawn into a store out of nowhere. I don't know why I went to the store. It was in a strange city. The store was really tucked back, nowhere that I would normally go. And I was drawn back to the store. I went into the store, and after looking around for just a moment, I see this book on living intentionally. And this book is not sold everywhere. It's sold just there. And so I took it, and it really, that book, it's a small little book, not much of anything, and it really answered some questions I had on living intentionally. The other thing, sometimes you meet a person and they'll just say something to you and that's a message. So sometimes you just, get a feeling. Sometimes I'll just feel a sense of relief, or I'll feel a sense of happiness. I remember one time I came home and I was very stressed from work, and I released all the stress, and what came over me suddenly was this feeling of appreciation for what I did have in my life. And it was just astounding, like, oh my gosh, I really have an amazing life. So the messages can come in multiple different ways and multiple different avenues. Sometimes there's no message at all. Sometimes you see numbers. Sometimes, like something you were looking for is magically there. So they can come in multiple different ways. You just have to be open to receive them. And these videos that I do is a journal about how I'm using this program in my life and ways I've discovered that work well. Like I've discovered that, I read a whole thing about angels because I was trying to find a way to bring some clarity. Sorry about my tongue. And, there's this whole process about your guardian angels. And so I started conversations with my angels, which is, a totally another topic, and it's a beautiful topic. And sometime I'll just go into just about the angels and how I use them. I use them as like a sounding board, something that I can talk to about problems going on in my life, dreams I have, things I'm trying to accomplish. I even use them as a point of, like, when I'm really stressed, I'll just talk to my angel. And then I always finish with letting my angel know what my final goals are, because that's what your angel is there for. So anyway, that's this in a nutshell. So I want to talk shortly about something I've been working on this week, and part of this, whole program. And that is change. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I was talking about a past time when I had lost a job. And it was so painful because this was a job I had worked hard to get. And I worked really hard when I was there. And when I was fired from this job, it was almost like the events that brought the firing about were kind of like stuck into my life. And at the time I was panicked. I'm like, what am I going to do? I've lost this dream job. I don't know how to move forward from this. I don't know how to do anything. But I remember a point when I just let it go. And this is before I learned about releasing, but I was doing a type of releasing then, and it was just, I don't know what the future holds for me. I'm really afraid, but I'm going to just put my faith out there, and that whatever happens with this change, it's meant to be. Well, I was, when I talk about this, it's so odd. Like, I just was taken care of. It was a year before I got another job. But in that year, so much happened that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had lost that job. And all of it is amazing and positive and exciting. Like, I slept for because I had been extremely exhausted. So I finally felt rested. I took that year to take care of myself. Money magically came to me, so I was never broke. Just somehow I was always receiving money from different channels. That took care of me financially, so I could just enjoy. I started to connect with different people that I might not have ever figured out how to connect with. And I left that whole stressful world of my job that I had been in. The stress of it was just suddenly gone. And that alone is worth everything. I hadn't even realized how stressed I was in that job. The other great thing that happened is, of course, I met my husband, and I was able to do a lot of traveling for quite some time. I saw several different countries and got to really live and immerse and find that it was fun to go live somewhere else and experience that process. So a lot happened. And as scary as that was, about the first 2 weeks, I was just panicked and scared. I didn't know what to do. But the moment I let it go, and the moment I said, I have faith, I have complete faith that this job is gone for a reason and that there's better things out there for me, all of a sudden doors just started to open up. And I bring this up because, I'm going through another great change, I believe, in my life. I am going through a change. We're always changing. But these big changes are always scary. They're always scary. The loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, whether it's, some sort of personal tragedy, or the weather's bad, or you're scared of a president, whatever it is, changes are always happening. And to be able to not fear those changes, but embrace them and have faith in what the future holds for you with these changes. To say, I know these changes have to happen for a reason. They have to. And I have complete faith in my relationship with whatever higher power I've chosen to have. Even if that's, I have a friend who's diehard, that she does not believe in any religion. And when I say to her, you don't have to believe in a religion, you don't even have to believe in a God, but you have to have some place to release all this pent up energy. You just have to, even if you say it's to the earth or to the plant or to the tree or just to the energy, somewhere you need to be able to release this. You just have to, even if you're a devout atheist. And she said she was starting to release her own kind of energy, and she was finding great positive events just releasing to wherever. So we all need to have that, and you need to have faith that the best is here, that something better is always there. This is not the end. With everything going on, I hear a lot of people talking doom and gloom and horrible things coming about the world. And I said, you just have to have faith that all this is meant to happen. It's not that I want you to go, destroy the earth more. I'm just saying that we have to have faith that whatever is coming, whatever big change is coming, is meant to come because better things are on their way. Better processes are coming to you. And once you have that faith and you truly let yourself have that faith, it relieves so much, and you find yourself becoming more productive, and your creative energies just open up. Everything becomes clear to you. You suddenly feel awakened and alive, like, what, I can do this. And I do believe things are coming. I mean, it's and I look at it even like within my family. A lot of them, hold up and say, oh, things are terrible, and I see their lives just kind of escalating down. But the moment they I'm like, just let it go. It'll be okay if you just believe it, and great things start coming to them. They just do. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please contact me. I love to help people. Let me know what's going on. If you've had success with this, please let me know about that too. I want to hear from you. Again, this is Christina, and I hope you have a great week.